Off we go again. Parrots on the moon. Now, what we want to do is we want to introduce the idea that if you do something, whether you have a target over the parrot and you press a key on the keyboard, I'm going to use press a key on a keyboard rather than clicking the mouse, to be honest with you. I had a few problems with that one. We're going to stay with pressing the key on the keyboard. I'm going to use a space key to shoot. Yeah, anyway, I'm going to get on with that now. So what we want to say, and I think a lot of people would be a little bit sort of, the confusion is that they think that if you're going to put a command about pressing the space key, let's get my arrow back here rather than the shrink graphic, you would do it on the sprite. But actually, the target sprite 6. I could name these if I wanted to, but I'm just going to carry on. I'm going to go back to sprite 1. We've got this movement of the parrot. We now want to say, if by chance sprite 1 is sort of underneath sprite 6 when someone presses space, then the parrot should disappear. So how do we do that? Okay, let's go back to control, and we're going to ask the question, oh, that's handy, when the space key is pressed, if. Now you'll notice in the if it's got this little box here that says if what? What do you mean by if? And we say, well, let's go to sensing. If, and this is sprite 1, we want to ask the question, if sprite 1, the parrot, is touching sprite 6, so if sprite 1, because we're on sprite 1, if this is touching sprite 6, that's the target. Really, perhaps I should have named them, but you can name them if you want. If it's touching sprite 6, what would happen to sprite 1 if you press the space key and sprite 6 is touching sprite 1? Well, the answer is a rhetorical question. Hopefully you've shouted out the right word. The word is we want to make it disappear. There isn't a word for disappear, but under looks, there is a word called hide. And I'm going to put that there. Now, of course, this code at this moment in time is only on sprite 1, and I don't know which one of those parrots is sprite 1. I can't even click on them. So I've got sprite 2 with no code. Sprite 3, 4, 5, 6 have no code. All I'm going to do is this. I'm going to say, okay, let's drag that to there. Let's drag that to there. Let's drag that to there, and let's drag that to there. Now this is the bit where I was kind of hoping to run the play and show you the parrots moving. I will do, because I'm going to make this going to go wrong, hopefully. And the biggest mistake I've made is, look, the target's not moving. Oh, what a silly man. Move the target. I forgot to do that, really. Never mind. It's dead easy. The target. We want to say, when you start this, under motion, the target must go to, and we've got a drop-down list, and on that drop-down list, we've got mouse pointer. So if we press this now, and this is going to go wrong, look, it's gone to the mouse pointer, but now it's not following the cursor, and you might see some stop. You want this to happen, not just once, just as we did with the parrots. You want this to happen forever. And now we'll do this and we'll play it. And now you should see, hopefully, that my cursor is moved. It's touching a parrot. Let's try, and we shall. Oh, look, I'm in fact just shot all no parrots. What would be nice? I'm going to stop that now. Hopefully, my screen has caught up and you're seeing all this now. Fingers crossed. If we go back to the parrot, it's hidden. So we now need to say, we want to add a command saying that you need to show the parrots as well if another key is pressed. So I'm going to go when, and I don't want space, I'm going to choose, I don't know, let's press the A key. When the A key is pressed, we want to choose show. And we want to make sure that, because at the moment, that's just on sprite 1. We need that command on sprite 2, 3, 4, 5 as well. So all I'm going to do is drag it to 2, drag it to 3, drag it to 4, drag it to 5. We press play, no parrots. We press A, and hopefully you should now